Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Rohit Kumar and I'm Unreal Authorized Instructor. So in this lesson we are going to learn how to design or how to create. First we'll see how to create a new landscape, sculpting the landscape and painting the landscape, applying the foliage to the landscape, and last thing we'll learn working with water tools. Okay, so let's start with the new version of Unreal Engine. Now here I'm using 5.6. So in the 5.6 we learn how to create landscape. Okay, so this is the engine version, and from here we can directly launch, or also you can launch from here also. Let's start automatically like this. So in Unreal Engine project browser, you will find lots of templates, and this is the project browser. Recently, whatever you worked, you can see here, right? But I want to create a new one, so go to in the games, and these are the templates, but I'll select the blank one, and we can decide the location where you want to save your file. So I've just created a new folder in the landscape tutorial. I'll just save it. So I just set the project location. In the right hand side, we can keep the name. So I say landscape. Okay. And this time we'll target the desktop maximum and blueprint. We will work C++ later. So just create and start working. Yes. So I'll give you the basic introduction of Unreal Engine right now, because if somebody is fresh, also they can start working. So this is the workspace, entire workspace. But here, this is called the viewport. And by default, you get the perspective, but you want to change or you want to do with 2D viewports. Also, we can change from here. So in the left hand side, you get the place actors. From here, you want to draw something like what? You want to create the shapes. So these are the shapes, actors, lights. Okay, this is the basic one, and like many more things you find from here. In the right hand side, this area is called the outliner. Okay, so from here you can select, you can hide, unhide, you can arrange, rearrange in the group order. Okay, and below this you get the content browser. So under the content browser, you can manage your files. You can keep your like files along with the assets and characters, motion, animation, whatever. So you can create here everything. So first thing, we have to save our file, and we have to create our scene, right, for the landscape design. So this is the default one, but in the default we won't work. Okay, go to in the file. I'll create a new level. So in this level, we can create different types of levels here. This is the open world. Okay, basic, empty, open world, right? Basic and empty level. I'll select this one this time. Okay, once you just click, now you can see your new work area. Okay, and here you find some tools, and this is the options for like toggle, position, rotation, scale, and this is the tools. Okay, so before that we need to create a new folder here to manage our scenes. Okay, I'll create a new folder here. I just name it maps, or you can give the name scenes or levels. Do double click, and inside this we'll save it. Go to here, select the save current level as, and inside the maps I just say landscape. Save it, right? And I'm working with the basic controller. which is holding Alt and left mouse drag like this. So you can do orbit rotation of your viewport. And these are the few assets which you get by default when you are taking a new basic level. Okay, so these are here in the outliner section. So you don't want to see in the screen, then press G, it is game mode. Okay, once you again press G, then you will able to see whole things which is in the scene, right? Okay, so now we started working. I'm deleting this now first, okay, because we need a empty area. Okay, so go to here. So in the landscape mode, we can see here the lots of options. This is the manage. Okay, from here we can create the new landscape. In the sculpting, we can go with sculpting part, right? But right now we haven't created the landscape, so we cannot see the options. This is the paint also the same. Okay, go to here in the manage. Few things we have to keep in mind, which is here. This is the enable edit layer, right? Which should be enabled always to modify your landscape, to add your water or like anything. So we have to keep this enable always. Okay, you want to add material also, you can find the materials, but we do not have any material, so right now we cannot select the material any. Okay, and one more thing is, which is the layers, right? In the layers we can set the location also where you want to keep this landscape. So this is the grid, right? And by default it's selecting 63 quads. I'm selecting the minimal one, which is this is the smaller quads, which is 15 by 15, right? But you want to increase the size of this, you can go with different quads. So these are the quads 255, right? Now we can see the larger landscape. Okay, select this 15 by 15 here. Okay, and uh, we can set the position also where you want to keep this. So if I say little in up, okay, in the Y, so you can set this is Y, sorry, this is the X, Z, sorry, this is Y, X, right, and the Z. But here I'm just resetting it because I want this should be in the center of the grid. Okay, and this is the scale value. By default we can work with 100, but you want to increase the size, we can. Okay, so just say create. Yes, so now landscape is ready. But in the landscape, what we do here, we can manage the different tools related to sculpting, right? So by default we can see here, this is called the sculpt, erase, smooth, flatten. We have lots of tools here. Sculpt, okay. So when we select this tool and click to raise, shift plus click to lower, see, it's showing some options here. Control and control plus alt to hold. Okay, so few options directly it's highlighting here, so you can work accordingly, right? Select this tool and you can paint like this. But the thing is, I want to reduce the size of the brush. So this is the brush size. I can go with 100. Okay, so now you can see the smaller brush, but I want to increase it to 1500, then it's become a larger brush. 1500 is too larger than the before, but I want to set it to 1000 here, like this, right? And in the brush types we can go with different options, which is simple, circular, okay, brush, which is the by default we are getting here. So inside area is for the brush, right, which is the pattern area, right? In the outer area is the fall off area, right? We can set the fall off also. This is the fall off, right? And brush, right? So this is the actual brush in the center, and this going to work like this, right? And one more thing we will do, which is this erase means what you can do here. I want to erase these options, like whatever or wherever I just sculpted, it's going to erase like this. Okay, and smooth, little bit you want to do the smooth. Okay, like how, but before that I'll create a noise here like this. Okay, and here we have one more option, which is the tool strength. So I can set it to one, sorry, one, yes, and just check the value like this. This is called the noise, but here I want to do the smooth like this. Yes, so that's done. And one more thing is, this is the best tool, which is erosion, right? So like here how you can create, uh, I'm just going to say do the slant like this. So this is the erosion tool. I can create the erosion effect like this. So this is the best tool to create the landscape like this. And this is the hydro. In the hydro, like it is similar to like this tool only, but here I want to create little bit smoothness like this. So I can go and I can create like this. So these are the main tools which is used for creating a landscape, okay, designing a landscape. So these are the options. And like you want to set the brush option, brush fall off like here. So by default we are working with this option, but you want to create the sharp linear fall off like this. So just select this sculpt, right? See, this is the sharpen. So here if I'm creating uh, this sculpt, right, and I want to do like what, I want to create this, use clay brush here. So how it's going to work, see, uh, when we work with default brush, so it's work with the fall off area also. See, it's start working with the fall off till the brush area, right? So uh, I want to change it to clay brush, right? And see, once you click here, now it's doesn't work with fall off directly, it's starting work, uh, it's working with the shape where you created like this, right? So this is the clay option, or the clay, use clay brush. Okay, and here I'm just deselecting this again, and I'm creating again the erosion here like this. Yes, so I can see here the nice effect which we created using the erosion tool and all tools. So this is the landscape. Okay, and once you're done, change the mode into the selection, right? So in this area I want to paint or I want to work. Okay, what, I want to design a material over here. So for the material also, we'll see how to create and how to design or how to paint. Okay, I'll show you. So let's start with the new folder again. I'll create a new folder. I'm just setting it to material. Okay, do double click, and I'll create a new material over here like this. Okay, uh, just name it landscape blend material. Okay, so in the landscape material, once you do double click, okay, by default we are getting like this. In the left hand side we get again the details, and this is the shader ball, right? In the shader ball we want to change, or we can like go with different options here: cylinder, spherical, or anything. So from here we can change. Okay, and I explained this is the detailed command. Under this we can change the material style and material domain, material blending modes. Okay, so these are the options. So, and in the parameter we can go with, like parameters, but we cannot see here right now. Okay, also here also we cannot see. So in the detail, okay, we will able to work with the little detail things. Okay, so first thing is I'll create here a new landscape material. Okay, landscape layer blade. I'm using this one right now. Okay, and just select, go to in the layer, and I'm creating a new element here, which is this. Okay, and you want to name it to rock. Sorry. Okay, and one more element will create, and I'll name it to dot. Okay, and one more element I'll create and name it to grass, right? So now we can see here three different blending options here, right? So we can connect with the base color, right? And just we have to add some vector parameter, right? So do right click, I say vector parameter, this one. Okay, name it rock, because in this parameter we are going to set the color. Okay, and color will be little darker like this. Okay, make the duplicate of it like this. Okay, and name it to dart, right? And then change the color. Do double click, and oh, little bit, yes, like this. Okay, so now again we'll make the duplicate of it like this. Okay, change the name of this again to layer grass. Okay, and color will be green. Yes, and connect all this to this. Rock will be in the rock input. Okay, dart input, and grass. Okay, and one more thing we'll use here. Okay, first save it. Okay, use landscape layer coordinate. I'll use this node. Okay, and one more node we will add, which is called multiply. And for the value purpose we'll go with vector 1 constant, this. Okay, and I'm connecting with this to set the value for this. Okay, and here, So here we'll create texture sample. Okay, and in the texture sample I'll just name it to okay a rock. Okay, click here and we can change the texture also, but we do not have any textures over here, so how we can set that? Go to back, and in the landscape go to back. Here we'll add the feature pack, so go to here in the add feature pack or content, and go to in the content and just import it, add to project. So this is the starter content which you don't find by default when you start, but from here you can directly import this starter content. Okay, so once you go here you can see lots of files here. Also we can see the materials, right? But from these materials we are going to import texture samples, right? So click here and we'll add the texture. Just simply press underscore n. So we can see lots of normal images here. So we'll select the rock, cobblestone. This I'm selecting here. So this will be the rock. Okay, and make a duplicate of it again, and for the grass and the dirt will change the style. Select n. Okay, and ground grass. Okay, yes, this would be for the grass. Okay, one more, we'll create a duplicate and change the name. Actually we cannot change here the name, but I'm selecting and changing the image underscore n. Okay, and this time we'll add for the dart. So this is the rocky. Okay, it's okay, I can go with this option also. And this is also the uh, stone. Okay, but in the stone I'm not actually satisfied with this image, so yes, I'm selecting different one, detailed rocky. I think this is same. Okay, underscore n. Yes, it's okay. So now we have three different normal image here, normal maps here. Okay, so connect with this UV and UV, and copy it. Do copy means I'm just creating a duplicate of it, and connect with this like this is the rock, right? This also is for the dart, and this is for the grass, right? And add it to here in the normal. So now you can see by default it's create the black shades. Okay, so no problem. Okay, in the material where we created the landscape blend material, do right click and make it duplicate, because this is the OG one, right? Okay, I'm just saying the test. Okay, and this is going to attach, this material is going to attach in this landscape. So select this landscape. In the right hand side we have some options like landscape material, right? And you can drag or you can directly select like this, right? So I've just created a material and I want to paint. Okay, first I'm just going to save all this, right? Once you're done, and go to in the landscape mode. right? And here we have the option, this is called the paint, right? Under the paint, see, we have layer, but we are not getting by default here, so we have to create a layer from the assigned material. This is the option. Okay, so once you click, so whatever you assign the material, you can see everything here only. Okay, so before that we have to create a layer info. So click and wait blended layer. I'm just going to save it in this folder only, or you want to change the location, it's okay, you can change. Now save it. Here I'm saying the same. Okay, also do the same. Okay, just do it. So we have three different materials. Okay, and these materials we are going to assign over this. So you can do right click here, and this is the fill layer, clear layer, rename it. Okay, and like this. So wherever you click or you do right click, then you will able to see the options. I'm just going to apply this rock layer or rock material. Do right click and just say fill, right? So rock layer is there, but the problem is I cannot see the detailed uh, normal map which we assigned. So just go to back in the material, do double click and just increase the value of this. I say 0.2. Okay, and go to here and check. So now I can see this is the landscape material which we assigned along with the stone effect, right? And in the landscape material we can paint. This is the dart material where you want to paint. Just resize the brush. Okay, I'm just decreasing the value of this, right? And wherever you want to paint, like I want to paint this dart to here, see, like this I can paint. Okay, one more color we have, which is the grass, right? I want to paint this grass to here, right? And like whichever area you want to paint, you can. So similarly, which we are painting, which is color, but you want to add maps or you want to like uh, add textures, the so within like color area you can change. Instead of the color you can add the maps also. So you can go with different options, right? And one more thing we'll do, which is the smooth brush, right, which is here. So this smooth is going to fade like this, see. Okay, and change the color. This is the color, this is the green. So you can give the smoothness over here, over the color part, see, like this. Okay, and you can change the value for this. I'm saying 0.5. See, smoothness we can give like this. Okay, so whichever area you want to paint, you want to do, this is the noise. Okay, also you can work with noise tool. See, it's going to create the noise like this. Okay, but I want to paint again, it's okay, I'm just saying like this, see. And yes, see, this is the smooth tool. Okay, so this is called the landscape material which you can use like this. So I hope you understood how I worked with this option. I created the landscape along with this material. Okay, go to in the select mode. Want to save it. Yes, save all and close it. And one more thing I'm just going to do here, which is the water paint, right? Water uh, designing water tool. Okay. So now we'll work with water tool here. So I'm creating a new label, right? I'm just selecting this, say create like this. So before that, we need to add our plugin, which is water. Okay, go to edit, go to in the plugin section, just use water. Okay, and this is the water, and just say restart. Once you restart, then you will able to work on material, designing or material painting, sorry, water painting. So actually you have to enable water from plugin section. Okay, so we enabled, right, water. So go to here, I'm selecting the new one. Okay, basic, and I'll save it, name it water. Okay, no, and before that, just we have to delete this because we want clear environment. Okay, go to in the landscape, and again we'll use the same options, but this time we'll go with 63 quads, right? Lastly we used 15 by 15, but this time I'll keep 63 by 63 quads. And yes, enable edit layer will be yes. Okay, location is 0. Okay, and lastly we have added the water plugin, right? You can directly select from here water like this, water body ocean. This I'm selecting here. So actually it's going to say this is saying insert a new landscape edit layer. Okay, drag and drop the water. So directly it's going to work, but we have to select complete this. See? So select the water and say it to location 0 like this. Right? Yes. So this is the landscape along with the water which we are using here. Okay, and you want to design in your own way, like what this is the area, or this is the water landscape. So using these splines you can control the size of or area. You can design like this, and you want to add some points over here. How you can do that? Simply do right click, say add spline point here. So this you want to set like this, like this you can design. But the thing is, when we started working on the landscape, we can see here the lots of options and lots of things happening. So this is the landscape which going gracefully like this. But the thing is, we want to change something. What we want to change, I'll show you. So actually this is the water tool, how it's going to behave uh, on your landscape. So this is the options, right? So you want to change or you want to design like this way. So you can design and you can work. So how you do that, I'll show you. See, this is the slantly, it's going down gradually. It's, like creating the linear uh, wave of the landscape. But I want to set it to, like, I want to change how we can change this. Select the water body ocean. Here you have some option to change. Like in the ocean, I can go with this. See, water waves, water curve settings. This is the curve setting. Here we can change or we can set the curve style of this. Okay, so if I say 0, now it's going to work, straight like this. See, but I change it to 100. See, like this we can, set the water over the surface. And one more thing is, this is the channel edge, right? Here I'm just saying 2500. Okay, like this. So nice waves we can see here, the curve we can see here. Okay, I say minus 100. See, or if I say it to 0. Okay, now say this. Okay, and say it to minus 500. See, here in this area you can see the curve of the landscape is little bit, straighten. See, so we can change the edge of the channel, or we can change the curve of this landscape, right? I'm just saying only minus 100. Okay, and the curve ramp is 8000, but you would like to uh, keep it to straight, so I'm just saying 0. Now it's going to keep this straight. See, right? So we can change 1500, say 5000, a little, smoother. Yes, and by default is the 8000, so 8000 is very good. Okay, so here we can change, and we already done the setting part of the curve, so we can change the edge of the water and the landscape like this. And one more thing we are going to do this, that is this. See, instead of this, okay, simple or sin, you can change it like this way, or you want to create like this way. How you will able to work, I'll show you. So go to back in the curve setting. Okay, so this is the curve, and below this you find water height map setting. Under this we have follow-up setting and effects. So in the effects, this is the curl noise, right? I say uh, 0.6, right? And in the curl one, I just want to set it to 5, like this. So now you can see the nice uh, effect of your landscape. Or like you want to change it to 1, see, so you can design your uh, curves, sorry, landscape in your own way. See, so you can see the nice effect using these options, right? Yes. Okay, so this is called the landscape painting and designing. You can work like this way. And one more thing is, which is the lake. I'm just going to show you the lake also here. Okay, so we'll keep the lake option. Okay, so add this from here, go to here, and I'm selecting the water, say water body lake. Just keep it here in the center of this. Yes. Okay, so similarly we can work with different points here. So directly I'm adding the points like this. Now it's become a proper uh, lake. Okay, and here also will work with the same tool or same options which we were working with landscape, this water. Okay, water body ocean. So this time I'm selecting the water body lake, and here we can see the same effects, which is the curl. Okay, and set it to 0.5 like this. So you can see here the nice effect. I say only one. Yes, and the curl noise like this. So you can see the nice effect of your landscape and the water. Okay, so I hope everyone understood how I just worked with landscape and the water. Thank you.